Hey folks, Dave here. I hope everybody's well today. We've got Thanksgiving coming up and we should make something. So I thought we could make a little tic-tac-toe game with turkeys, of course, and call it turkey-tac-toe. And you can have it sitting around for everybody to play on Thanksgiving Day. So let's go up and grab a square. Hold the shift key and just drag it out. We're going to resize it. Let go and click your selector tool. Go up top, make sure your lock is on, and we'll make this 127 millimeters. And that's about 5 inches square. So then go over and select it and go down to radius, click that, and then go to your corners and click your corners and round them off. And remember, you can use your mouse to scroll in and out, or you can push down and move the entire canvas around. Okay, don't forget to click your selector tool or it will just make a mess on here. Okay, so we want to put some lines in here. We're going to put the lines and then we'll do an outline of that to make it a little easier to see. So just grab your pencil tool and then drag out your line. And then click your left mouse key and then click your right mouse key to let go of it. Otherwise, you'll just draw a bunch of lines everywhere. I do it all the time. We'll draw out another one. Do the same thing, click and click. Now let's click the selector tool and then grab both of these, right click and duplicate. Well, maybe. Okay, we'll do it again. Right click, duplicate, drag it out, just bring it over to the side, go up to arrange and rotate it, and then we can bring it back in. And that don't look bad. This one on this side looks a little wonky. Just get them wherever you would like. That looks pretty good. And then we will grab all of these, pull them out, scroll out a little bit so we can see it. Leave it selected and then go over to outline, click the outline and do inner and outer. And let's make it 1 millimeter offset. Then you can drag the original out of the way and delete it. And we'll drag this back in here, see if it looks okay. That looks like tic-tac-toe to me. The bottom one may be a little big, but it's okay. So we want the outside will be a cutout. So leave it for cut, and the inner portion you can just set for a score and make a line that's good enough to see. So we're going to use some turkeys from a font that I downloaded, and let me pull this font up and show it to you. It is on defont.com, and I'll put a link in the description so you can go download it. So you just download here, and then it's a zip file, so extract it and then right click and install it, and it'll go to any application that has a font. It'll update in there. Now notice here on the right it says 100% free, but I want to show you that you need to use caution even when things are public domain or free, because there are some things right here. You can see the letter S. I think we all know there's a copyright on that. Even the letter N may or may not be copyright, but I suspect it is. So anytime you get free vectors or free fonts, just do a little extra research, make sure there's no copyright, and you can avoid some trouble. So we're going to use the letter A and the letter Y, but you use whichever ones you would like. So just go over and get the text tool and bring it out. We're going to resize these. Let's go select this Thanksgiving Day, I believe is what it's called. We're getting there. That should be it right there. So let's try the letter A. Yep, we're there. And you can turn this font. This font will be an SVG. So I'm just going to get another line for the Y. And that way we can resize these proportionately. So don't forget to click your selection tool. And then we will just grab both of these, grab a corner, and resize them, and we'll see what fits and looks pretty good. That top one is all right. Maybe the bottom one could be a little bigger. But just bring them over and you make them as large as you would like to. We are going to do an outline on these so we can do a score for the turkeys themselves, and then we'll be able to cut out the background. All right, we'll start with this one. And I know maybe you've seen some of my other videos. If you pull from the left, you get a red line, and you can't select your item unless you grab the full item. If you come from the right, you get a green line, and all you have to do is touch it to select it. All right, so we're selecting that. We're going to go over to the offset, and we can probably make this 0.5 and just an outward outline. Okay, then we can drag the original out, and you always want to look and see if your outline is good, if it has any trash in it that you want to get rid of. Maybe that one does. And then you can right click, ungroup it, and then if you see an imperfection, you can just delete it out. So we can make this a cut line. Then we can leave the turkey as is, as a score. Put them there and then group them together. Right click and group. And then over on the right, in your cut layers, you want to take the score, grab it, and pull it to the top. And you always want to make sure that your cut is last. All right, let's check out this other turkey. So just select, do an outline, leave it at 0.5 and outward, and then drag out the original. Yeah, there's a lot of trash in this one, so we'll be able to take this out. Just right click, ungroup, and you could leave it there, but there's really no point. And then just start deleting all of this stuff out. It'll have a cleaner look if you delete it out, but it is entirely up to you. Is everybody staying home for Thanksgiving or going to visit? I would love to hear about it if you want to tell me in the comments. I believe we are staying put. It's more expensive to travel these days, so I think we'll just stay here. All right, so we about got them deleted out. Get that all cleaned up. Make it a cut. Pull this distressed looking turkey back inside. And then select and group it together. So now, so we'll cut 3 of these, 3 of each, and then we will write something on the top of this as well. I could have used array. It's best to use array if you're doing more than 2, but since we're only doing 3, we can just duplicate it. And I know some of these little projects I do are kind of simple, but you know, they're fun, and I like playing with my laser as often as possible, and I'm sure you do too. And doing these little things over and over will help us to learn and get better at this laser thing. So, because I'm still a beginner. All right, we'll just pull these down to the side. So now if you grab, just click your outer cut piece, and you can drag it up. Just drag it up a little bit. You're just making enough space to write something on it. Then go over and grab your pencil. Just make a line. Don't forget to click that left mouse to let go. You click the left and then click the right and it'll let go. Otherwise, you'll just be drawing lines all over the page and you'll get aggravated with yourself. We'll just make that a score line. And then we will get the text tool. We're going to have to change to Academy, because when you use Academy as a font, it looks like an engrave even though it's not. So we're going to hit the caps. We're going to make this much smaller. We're going to call this turkey-tac-toe. I don't know if anybody's ever done this, but you know, I'm sure they have. So click your selector tool. I don't know if turkey-tac-toe is a thing, but if it's not, we are making it a thing right now. So just make that small enough to fit right in there. And then everybody will know what game they're playing. You can stretch it out a little bit if you want to. That looks pretty straight, but if you wanted to align it, you could select it, click Shift, and then select the outer, and then go up and hit vertical alignment, and it would put it right in the center for you. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I think that's all there is to it. So we're going to cut this out on a piece of 5mm Luan plywood, and you can get that at the at your local big box hardware stores where I found it. I had to make something else, and I had some left over, and it should make some good hobby material. So we'll see. So let me get set up in the laser, and we'll get this cut out, see what it looks like. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, folks, we're all set up here in the laser. Here is a scrap of this 5mm Luan plywood, and the sticker on it at the store says 5.2, but my sometimes
trusty digital caliper tells me it's 5. So that's what I'm going with. Okay, so let's do a quick frame. Looks good. Let's cut it out, see what it looks like. Okay, folks, let me pop these out and we'll take a look at it. Okay, folks, our turkey-tac-toe is complete. It turned out pretty good. And there's a lot of detail for a score on those turkeys and the font as well. You can use that Academy font in place of an engrave for a lot of projects. So, like I said, some of these projects are pretty simple, but that's how you get better. It's just by doing things like this over and over, and eventually get to projects that are more difficult. And I include myself in that as well, because I'm just a beginner at this. I just have fun doing it, try to do it as often as I can. So I enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you learned something. And y'all just take care, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.